Definitely, you must have heard about nuclear weapons, either from the news or memes all over the internet. The weapon is known to carry such destructive force that it can annihilate an entire country. While some are awed by its power, others simply condemn it. Regardless of which side you are on, this video will describe nuclear weapons in detail and how they work. Welcome to yet another exciting video where we discuss some of the most fascinating weapons in the world. Watch the video to the end to find out those unique details about a nuclear weapon. Without any shred of doubt, nuclear bombs are weapons of mass destruction. Nuclear bombs harness the forces and particles that hold the nucleus of an atom together, simply by utilizing the energy released when these particles split or merge. These forces are commonly known as neutrons and protons. The bomb uses a nuclear reaction to explode. The explosion is outrightly more powerful than any other explosive, and when it explodes, it releases 4 types of energy, including a blast wave, intense heat, light, and radiation. If the explosion itself fails to kill, the intense energy is likewise detrimental to human health and life. When a nuclear weapon explodes, a large fireball is created, and everything caught inside of this fireball vaporizes and is carried upward. This creates a mushroom-shaped cloud, and the material in the cloud cools into dust-like particles and drops back to the earth as fallout. Fallout can be carried by the wind and can end up miles from the site of the explosion. Fallout is radioactive and can contaminate anything it lands on. There are 2 ways that nuclear energy can be released from an atom, including nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Through nuclear fission, the nucleus of the atom is divided into 2 smaller fragments by a neutron, and the method typically involves isotopes of plutonium or uranium. Nuclear fusion, on the other hand, is when 2 smaller atoms are joined, which is usually hydrogen isotopes like deuterium and tritium, to form a larger atom, helium isotopes. Scientists mention that this is how the sun produces energy. Nuclear fission produces the atomic bomb, a weapon of mass destruction that uses power released by the splitting of atomic nuclei. When a single free neutron strikes the nucleus of an atom of radioactive material like uranium or plutonium, it knocks 2 or 3 more neutrons free. Energy is released when those neutrons split off from the nucleus, and the newly released neutrons strike other uranium or plutonium nuclei, splitting them in the same way, releasing more energy and more neutrons. This chain reaction spreads almost instantaneously. Atomic bombs were exploded in war in Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the end of World War II. Nuclear fusion is another reaction that releases atomic energy by the union of light nuclei at high temperatures to form heavier atoms. Hydrogen bombs, which use nuclear fusion, have higher destructive power and greater efficiencies than atomic bombs. Due to the high temperatures required to initiate a nuclear fusion reaction, the process is often referred to as a thermonuclear explosion, and is typically done with the isotopes of hydrogen which fuse together to form helium atoms. This led to the term hydrogen bomb to describe the deuterium-tritium fusion bomb. The first hydrogen bomb was exploded on 1 November 1952 at the small island of Enuatok in the Marshall Islands. Its destructive power was several megatons of TNT. The blast produced a light brighter than 1,000 suns, and a heatwave felt 50 kilometers away. The Soviet Union detonated a hydrogen bomb in the megaton range in August 1953, and the U.S. exploded a 15-megaton hydrogen bomb on 1 March 1954. It had a fireball of 4.8 kilometers in diameter and created a huge mushroom-shaped cloud. If one of these bombs were ever used, the effect would be catastrophic. The heart of a nuclear explosion reaches a temperature of several million degrees centigrade. Over a wide area, the resulting heat flash literally vaporizes all human tissue. People inside buildings or otherwise shielded will be indirectly killed by the blast and heat effects as buildings collapse and all inflammable materials burst into flames. Those in underground shelters who survive the initial heat flash will die as all the oxygen is sucked out of the atmosphere. Outside the area of total destruction, there will be a gradually increasing percentage of immediate survivors. However, most of these will suffer from fatal burns, will be blinded, bleeding, and suffering massive internal injuries. Survivors will be affected within a matter of days by radioactive fallout. Radiation-induced cancers will affect many, often over 20 years later. Nuclear weapons can cause severe damage to the climate and environment on a scale incomparable to any other weapon. And the Red Cross estimates that 1 billion people around the world could face starvation as a result of nuclear war. We have come to the end of this video. And are you enlightened enough? Share your reviews in the comments section and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications to get our videos firsthand.